Hello, welcome back to Queen's Wish. Did a bunch of inventory management type stuff, and we are now Fort Darkfen in the UCAT. Some stuff to do. Guess we'll see. So we did have a meeting at Chinde, so now that we have our fort and our heal, let's go back to Chinde. Get this meeting done. There are farmers all around Chinde. The soil is decent, but the people live rough lives. The constant cold, dirt, and damp wears them down. They keep their distance. They could just fear and mistrust outsiders. They don't want to talk to you until they have to. That's fair. We entered the Ukutish city of Chinde. It is, by Ukutish standards, wealthy and luxurious. It is still a heap of logs full of a miasma of smoke and swamp stink. Only the politeness drilled into you by your mother carries you through. Everywhere you go, the people grow still and quiet. They then find reasons to be elsewhere. I'm reading, kind of. The hostile stares of the Ukutish follow you wherever you go. It's not insolent, it's part of their nature. Got a couple of guards here. Oh, actually got a text box for those. Usually you just get like a one little sentence. The soldiers guarding Chinde nod nervously when you approach. They're well armed and alert. War between the Ukutish clans is infrequent, but the northern Ukat is in a bit of a bad patch right now. One of the guards says, "Welcome, Prince. Conqueror told us to watch for you. He's usually found in the Great Hall of the Brock, in the southwest corner of town." Chinde guard, what is this? The Hall of the Brock. Oh, this would be southwest. Okay, well, let's go here first. I was going to go here last, but I've changed my mind suddenly. This is the main meeting hall of Chinde, where the clan comes for its biggest decisions and celebrations. This is where major envoys, such as you, receive their official greetings. Indeed, at the far end of the hall, someone is waiting for you. Not a noble, though, a rough-hewn swamp runner with a huge wolfhound sitting at his feet and gnawing on a bone. He stares at the maps and letters around him, and his loathing is clear, even from the far end of the hall. Hunter is the wolf, I guess. Rawr! You expected to find some scruffy Ukutish noble sitting behind the high table. Instead, you find a middle-aged swamp runner. He still wears his boots and dirty leathers, and he looks like he would much rather be out in some miserable stretch of muck or slime. He is feeding lizard meat to a huge wolfhound as you approach. The beast growls, and he says, "Hunter, down." He looks up at you. "You are the envoy of Haven. I am Bracton Carr, and I speak for the Brock clan. How did you know to find me?" Try to pet Hunter. This seems like a bad idea. Your warriors met me when I was escaping Ganelspan. Yes, they told me the story. The Ganels were crazy enough to attack Haven royalty. That's how they are. Now you are here. How do you like the Ukat? Dirty and miserable, I'll bet. I'm supposed to be polite, but I don't know if lying to this guy straight up. Maybe I'll just say I'm too tired to banter about mud. Bracton nods. Fair answer. You traveled far, and the Ganels gave you plenty of trouble. That is why our shaman went to Ganelspan. The shade that guided you through there. I sent it. Why? We are used to outsiders using us. All we ask is that we get something in return. You are here about the treaty between the Ukutish and Haven. You want us to be your vassals again. Yes, we do need to discuss our treaty. You are here, so the matter can't be ignored. Lady Brock has given me the honor of making me acting lord for the Brock. If you want to make deals with us, you have to talk to me. He scratches Hunter behind the ears. So let's talk. You are the acting lord. That's the honor Lady Brock gave me. Forced me to take the job. The Brock clan needs someone to do business. I do my duty. I'd rather be out in the swamps, as disgusting as you find that. What happened to the actual lord and lady? Lord Brock died in the old days. He was fighting for Haven, and he fell in battle. Lady Brock is in seclusion. How did Lord Brock die? As I said, he was fighting for Haven. It wasn't unusual. Our nobles often fought with their soldiers when they were here. Lots of honor, lots of rewards, fantastic training. Usually very safe. You Havenites fight well. Then some Vol peasant shot him through the eye with an arrow. Bad luck. And you were elevated to this post? Forced into it. Pulled away from the hunt. Forced to sit in the hall and listen to farmers argue. Lady Brock thinks I'm good at it. She gave the order. I had to obey. She knows I'm safe to put in the job. Yeah, I don't particularly need to meet Lady Brock if I'm able to work with you and get you into power. And if you do it on her behalf or on your own behalf, it doesn't matter to me either way, really. As long as, you're in power and you're my vassal. Why are you so safe? She knows that I'd rather die than be a true lord. Okay, well, that's a fair insurance policy, I suppose. I'm too dumb to plot or rebel. I trust my lady. We'll do what she wants. Me and Hunter. Right, boy? The massive dog rolls on his back in agreement. Alright, I have another question. I want to know more about the Ukatish. There's a lot I could say. For what you want, though, you'll need to know about the clans. There are lots and lots of them, but only 4 strong enough to rise to rule. That's us, the Brock, and the Ik, the Ganel, and the Borgin. How does a clan rise to rule? How does it ever happen? They seize the home worn with arms, or they grow so strong they scare the existing leader out. The Brock want to rule. It's our time. We're not shy about saying it. However, we need more help to pry the Borgins out of the throne. Tell me about the Ik. Bracton sneers. Merchants. They don't care about anything but coin. They just want someone to take over and settle things so they can sell you iron. Tell me about the Ganel. You met them. They're strong. They're getting rich by holding Ganelspan. They hate outsiders. More than any of us. They just want Haven gone. You won't have any good dealings with them. Tell me about the Borgin. The Borgin have ruled for a century. They have held the home warren so long that it's made them lazy and arrogant. Worse, they're getting greedy. They think they've earned our iron and our gold. They're not worthy leaders or allies for Haven. You must deal with them carefully, though. They hold the home warren, so they have the dragon. Dragon? For centuries, the dragon Gorsh has lived in a majestic ruin south of the home warren. The king gives it tribute, and it doesn't hunt us. Sometimes, for gold, it will slay foes of the king. We don't dare anger the Borgin too much. Not without the help of a stronger power. Okay, so potentially killing the dragon in order to oust the Borgins, although probably killing the dragon would make these guys upset, because then they would lose the dragon when they become king. So, discuss a treaty with you. We knew this day would come. We Ukatish are crude, dirty peasants. We stink. Still, we're your property, and you want us back. Dirty or not, you are our vassals, and we have a contract. So we have some value. Even lowly swamp folk are worth serving Haven. Don't worry, we know our place, and we're willing to talk. We Brock aren't mindless like the Ganel. We want to deal with Haven. There is a need. You want to deal with me? We do. The Brock are strong, but we're in a bad position. The Ganel are to the south, hemming us in and bleeding us with tolls. But our noble leaders, the Borgin clan, they are far worse. You want the Ukatish to be your vassals again? The Brock can make it happen. We have no choice. The Borgin are threatening you. They've ruled for a century. That's a long time for an Ukatish clan to hold the throne. They've started to think that they own our entire land. They've been stealing our lands and mines, plot by plot. The raiders are growing arrogant. It is time for them to share rule. How can you make the Ukatish our vassals? We Brock are ready to fight. We just don't have quite enough strength to challenge the Borgin yet. On the other hand, with the support of a battalion of fine Havenite warriors, we could not lose. At least that is how it could be. For now, it is impossible. What makes this impossible? You saw the problem yourself. There is one good road running from north to south, one road that can carry your army. The Ganel own it, and they truly hate you. You saw that. Siding with Haven is a huge risk for the Brock. We can only take it if you break the power of the Ganel. Like I said, that is impossible. How can I break the power of the Ganel? We have to go to the Ganel estate to the southwest and defeat Lord Luar of the Ganel himself. As long as that wily old toad leads from there, the Ganel will hinder everything you do. Okay, and why is it impossible? Because, well, look at you. You don't have an army here, just you and some hirelings. If you were able to defeat the Lord Ganel in their fortress, we Brock could ally with you in a moment. It's just, no offense, I don't see such heroism in you. I'm Prince of Haven, I don't see a problem. Brockton laughs. When I was a child, I heard tale of the bravery of the Havenites. Lord Loire has been a thug, and he deserves punishment. If you can defeat him in his own fort, I know the Brock will be begging to side with you. Okay. Well, that's a goal, I guess. Probably completely pointless to try dealing with them, but the door to the northern chambers of the Brock Hall is securely locked. The dog by the head table starts barking. Brockton Carr turns to you. Those are the quarters of Our Lady, and she's in seclusion. Please leave that door alone. Fair enough. As you leave the hall, a guard runs up behind you. He looks alarmed. You turn to him and he says, "Excuse me, Prince. I'm sorry. I'm still shocked. You have been invited to meet with Lady Brock. She is in seclusion, but she wishes to see you. She is in the northern rooms of the Great Hall." The guard turns and re-enters the hall. Alright. So Ganel Estate, we got that quest. Probably no point in actually trying to negotiate with the Ganel. The game feels far too linear for that. I don't think there's going to be like a 3- or 4-way choice in this province. Other Spiderweb games have done that, but Queen's Wish seems to be a lot simpler in terms of structure. I guess I should talk to her before I explore everything. The room is mostly dark. It is warmed in the old Ukatish style. A small lone low bonfire, which puts off a lot of smoke and only a little light. The smoke chokes you. The Ucat is not a place for comfort. Then you see her. The old woman looks tiny in her carved wooden chair. She wears a black dress and veil, decorated with red stars to represent the colors of the Brock clan. She looks up at you and squints. I am Lady Brock. I summoned you. Hello. You are a prince, yes, of that mighty faraway land? I am a prince of Haven. Yes, you are both. We are both highborn. You more than I, but we share a burden. My burden finally drove me to this room, to solitude and mourning. Why am I here then? You're here because I wish it. I need to break my seclusion. I have a good reason, and you are the opportunity. Tell me more about the Brock clan. We are one of the greater clans of the Ucat. We rule the northern shores and reaches. There are many small clans, but only a few hold true power. Us, the Gannel, the Ik. Do the Ik own everything south of the Gannel? I wonder if I could actually elevate the Ik. But again, I don't think I could. The game has hinted several times that they're not worthy of that, and I'm suspecting that I don't have that many choices here for how I do things. And of course our current rulers, the Borgin and the Homeworn. How long have you ruled these lands? Our clan has held these lands for 4 centuries. As for me, I was elevated to Lady long ago, perhaps 40 years, before the calamity drove you from our land. The Brock were close to Haven then. My husband served as a high rank in your army. Me, I did my duty here. How did you come to be the leader of your clan? My father fell to a sickness, one of the many that plagued the Ucat. I was the eldest child. I ruled for years, putting off my proper grief and mourning, when our lord fell in battle. I need to discuss an important matter with you. She shakes her head. I have passed on that burden. You must speak to Bracton Carr outside. After I die, one of my children will return to Chinde to master our hall. My children share your burden. I will talk to Bracton. I'll respect that wish. Of course, there are other matters we can discuss. She offers you some tea. Okay. Well, that's good. We'll be a little bit diplomatic with her. Why are you in seclusion? I am in proper mourning for the lord, my husband. Mourning long delayed by my duty. I have been pondering in this room for a long time. When did he die? 35 years ago, only 2 years before the calamity. She wipes her eyes. I still remember the day I got the news. I was with my children in the main hall, and... No, I will not wander. How did he die? He was fighting for the armies of Haven. He was putting down a small rebellion in the Vole, and one of the dirty rebels he was fighting fired a lucky arrow. It was unexpected. When your armies march, few of your warriors fall. And you spent years in seclusion? Yes, Bracton Carr is young, energetic, and a loyal leader in my absence. My children fight and trade elsewhere, advancing the cause of the Brock clan. And me? I mourn. I think. I learn. When did you quit ruling? She thinks. 10 years now. Soon 11. I've had a lot of time to think. What have you learned? I am not sure yet. That is why I asked you to see me. I have ideas. I need to test them, but I need help of one who travels far and freely. All right. Maybe some years of seclusion. Yeah, okay. Just confirming I didn't miss a dialogue option there. I'd like to know why you wanted to see me. You were very kind to spend time on the ramblings of an old, sad woman. There are things I want. She pours you some tea. What do you want? Poison me. She's trying to poison me. It's dangerous. I don't actually suspect her, but you know that would be a funny twist if it were to happen. I have mourned Lord Brock here, quietly or actively, for many years. It has given me time to think, and I want some objects. My lord is a campaigner for the armies of Haven. I want some mementos from the places he trained and fought. You're asking me to collect trinkets? Let's be more polite. What exactly do you want? First, I want you to go to the ruins of Fort Bannerspire. It is where my lord trained when he was young, before his service. Okay, so I have 2 quests to go there now. There, I want a memento of the time when the Brock learned to fight there. What is Fort Bannerspire? It was a mighty fortress of old stone, looking out over the northern sea. Warriors went there from all the clans, and were trained by the officers of Haven. When Haven made a people a vassal, powerful weapons and training come with it. Why is the fort a ruin? The treachery of the Vole. We bought their stone to make our fortress. The swampy ground there was not suitable, and the walls sank and crumbled. After the calamity, the embarrassing ruin was abandoned to beasts. Well, you just gotta build enough castles in one spot, and eventually it'll be enough of stone foundation that it won't sink. That's how they did it in the Holy Grail, right? What sort of memento do you want? Something bearing the colors of the Brock. Something to remind me of our glorious warrior, marching in formation, flanked by mages and war shamans. Okay. I'm guessing I get the other, because there were, what, three items she wanted? I'm guessing I'll see the others once I'm done with that quest. Locked, okay. Gave it pretty high odds of being locked. Alright, let's see what other options we have here. You spotted this woman's cunning eyes from 50 feet away. Your many years in court left you able to spot a skilled courtier. Courier? Courier. I'm gonna go with that. Her boots are muddy, but the rest of her clothing is immaculate and stylish. She wears a narrow sash of pure white. Keeping anything white in the swamp must be painfully difficult. She approaches you and gives a little curtsy. I'm honored to meet you, Prince Nathan of Haven, envoy of Queen Sharon III. And to whom am I speaking? I am envoy Asina of the Borgin clan. Right, okay. So this is where I get the choice. She touches the white sash. I speak for King Borgin the 53rd, true and rightful leader of the Ukat. I have come to issue an invitation. My sash. Thank you. 40 years into our rule, we Borgin changed our clan color to white. We keep our sashes clean. We will show the world that the Ukatish are not all disgusting swamp folk. What sort of invitation? King Borgin the 53rd invites you to his royal court at the Home Warren, to the east. You are granted safe passage, and you will be treated with luxury appropriate to your rank. Why does King Borgin wish to see me? He knows that the mighty Empire of Haven wishes to deal with us, and he wants you to know that you are welcome. He hopes for a productive conversation. If I may be so presumptuous, I would add a bit of advice on my own. What is your advice? The Ukat has 4 clans of importance. Some of them are upstarts who wish to take the throne of the Home Warren for their own. They will offer you bribes and flattery to try to disguise their weakness. I advise you to not listen to them until you hear what the actual king has to say. He can offer you a richer tribute than any other. I will go and visit your king. Envoy Asina gives a deep curtsy. I am pleased to hear it. My work done, I will return to the Home Warren, a part of the Ukat that seeks to rise above the mud and sickness of the past. I'll try to be suitable in your eyes. We will try to be suitable in your eyes. And she turns away, heading out of town as fast as she can. Alright, cool. So, choices. And it would be kind of funny to elevate the ick. If it's possible, that's probably the hardest option. We'll see. Master Mander. The key to this boundary is welcome after the chill of the Ukatish fens. Muscular warriors are taking the ore and bog iron of the swamps and turning it into long, black strips of proper Ukat metal. Then it is worked into twisted weapons of unsettling viciousness. Probably adds bleeding bonuses. We know all about that, don't we? Master of bleeding techniques. The Master of the Forge notes your attention and laughs. Ugly, eh? These blades and spears will make your enemies bleed. Here we go. I am Master Mander. Look freely. Our ironcraft is the envy of Sacramentum. Tell me about your ironcraft. Ukatish iron is unique. We make it into armor, true, but our weapons, they are fine and truly ugly. They are the defense of our swamps, and we sell them to others for wealth and prestige. Watch all you want. We aren't worried. We have no secrets. You call your own weapons ugly? I mean, an ugly weapon is probably effective, right? Weapons shouldn't be beautiful. Our spears are made to cause as much pain and harm as possible to those who abuse the Ukatish. They are made to look like it. Why do you let your rivals have your weapons? Because we use our barbed spears to defend the Ukat. Come into our lands and get a ragged scratch from our spears and the infection will finish you. The Ukatish don't invade other lands. We are the victims of Sacramentum. You have no secrets? There's no secret to how our weapons are crafted. It is just good Ukatish iron, the gift of our sacred lands. You can't steal that. Fair. You see rares. Unfortunately, you have two-handed weapons, and I like shields, even though I'm not... I really should upgrade my shields at some point. Well, we've already outgrown this and this. Yeah. Your Ukatish armor is of no value to me. Your Ukatish weapons... I mean, that is nice damage. But... it's two-handed, so I'd be sacrificing a shield, which is a lot of damage resistance. And yeah, I don't much feel like taking an extra 6 damage from every attack. I would be faster, though, because I'd lose the speed penalty. But no. I would like to sell something. I don't actually have anything to sell, though, at this point, I don't think. Alright. Yarn. You've met this man before. He is the huge warrior who rescued you and gave you your invitation when you emerged from Ganelspan. He's not thrilled to see you. He rises. Hello, Prince. I'm Bjarn. In case you forget. I am glad you arrived safely. Thank you for your help with the Ganel. It was the acting lord's order, but you are welcome. He tests the barb of his spear with the tip of his finger. I'd like to know more about the Yuktish. I had to bring you a message. I did. I commanded my warriors, but I'm not a teacher. I worry about clan business. Tell me more about your clan business. It's not my place to tell you. I follow my orders only. Talk to Bracton Carr. He was made acting lord by Lady Brock. Tell me about Lady Brock. She is the true leader of the clan, but she is old. She is in seclusion. Honorable mourning. Alright, that was a conversation. Nothing in that box. Okay. The soldiers guarding Chinde nod nervously. Okay, yeah, same. We've got a loom here. Tannery. We work leather here. Chinde artisan. The Yuktish leather workers are cleaning up skins and working them into good leather. It's dirty, smelly work. When they see you looking, they turn so that you can't see what they're doing. Shame, or just protecting the secrets of their craft? Interesting. Between the curing leather and the graveyard next door, the smells in here are troublesome, even by Yuktish standards. Nobody but you seems to notice. The master of the workshop hurries up to you. A visitor, a customer. His unforced good cheer is a refreshing surprise. I am Master Zindalo. Let me help you into some leather. Tell me about your crafts. This is where fine Uktish leather is worked into our unique swamp garments. Sadly, our work is always overshadowed by the fame of Uktish iron. Yet I assure you that our leather is unique in its own way. How is the leather obtained? Our swamps are full of huge lizards, terrifying snakes, and even the occasional naga. When we hunt them, we make sure to save their skins. They have unique properties. What special qualities does your leather have? It's unusually warm, resistant to water, easy to clean, and well-suited to travel through our swamps. Alas, it has a pervasive odor that can never ever be removed. It is a small price to pay. You are unusually friendly. There's a conversation point for you. Like, why are you being so weird and nice? Ways to make friends. For the Uktish, you mean? We are a crude people, but I am less sensitive to it than others. I mean, you think this place smells terrible, right? Well, yeah. Yes, but we need it to make leather, and we need leather to live in the swamps, so why worry about it? Who cares what the Ariel think? If they have a problem with it, they can come here and complain, and I'll deal with them myself. That is a sensible response. Let me see your wares. Okay, so again, this is going to be worse than what I have, but it does have modifiers. Poison resist. I mean, I could just put a poison resist augment into my armor, though. And again, like I have so many forts up and running now that all my gear is going to outstrip anything I could buy, pretty much anywhere. 25% poison resist. Swamp Runner leather. Okay, so the first one exists just for the sake of having multiple items in the shop. But this is just clearly better all around. That is actually pretty nice poison resist. I don't think I can get that with my augments. So if I wanted to max poison resist, this might actually be the best option. I'm not going to, but it's just interesting to think about. And then a cap that is not worth ever using. Okay. Yeah. I should really put a steel plate helm on my mage too, but just for the sake of having some variety in my gear, I've decided not to do it. Although that is tier 2 armor, but tier 2 armor. She might not be able to wear that helmet, actually. She might need combat skills. Then enjoy your visit to Chinde. Look past the smell. The swamp has a beauty all its own. Swamps are actually quite beautiful. Interesting. Got some coins. Just wanted to see what it was in there. And here's the graveyard. You suddenly and involuntarily gag. This corner of the city smells vile. It's not just the tannery by the water. There's a massive graveyard, all mud, headstones, and the occasional bone protruding from the wet earth. It is bizarre, and the intense odor makes it very hard to keep from being a little sick. Mourner. Several Uktish are in Chinde's resting place, mourning quietly. You leave them alone. However, there's one who has a name. Oh, she's not a mourner. Okay. The keeper of this giant graveyard is walking the path, a shovel held over her shoulder. She occasionally directs a visitor to one corner or another, or talks to a mourning Ukat about some recently lost family member. Then she notices you. She hurries to your side. You are the envoy? I was told about you. I'm Tsura. I am keeper of the resting place. I have been directed to discuss our customs with you. You wouldn't usually be welcome. What is a resting place? This is where the Uktish of this region end. When they die, they are brought to this little plot of land to rest. As you walk, you would swear you occasionally feel a bone crunching in the soft earth under your boot. Who's buried here? All of the Uktish who die in Brock lands, member of our clan or not. The smell of decay is making you feel faint. You're the only one who notices it. Everyone in this region? Everyone. That explains the smell. This disgusts me. Things we probably shouldn't say. Thank you for telling me. I didn't want to, yet I find I am happy that you know. Odd. Anything else? I would not usually be allowed in here? This is a sacred place for the Brock. All of our history and memory are here. This is one place we try to save, where we don't need to see how much we repulse you. Why am I allowed here now? Brockton Carr told me that you were to be welcomed. You are to learn our ways. I don't know why. It's above me. I just dig graves. He said that Lady Brock gave this order. Very odd. Tell me about Lady Brock. She's the leader of the Brock clan, but she has been in seclusion for years. She mourns the Lord of Brock clan. Why do you think I am allowed? As long as our people have lived, you outsiders have hunted and insulted us. Yet our lady said that we were to welcome you. I honor her, so I do. This is where our dead, rich or poor, are laid to rest. All Uktish are united, forever. Thank you for the honor. Zero nods. You are welcome. I find that telling you was not as unpleasant as I thought. Okay. Cool. And kind of neat that they don't have a royal tomb or anything. Like, everybody gets to be equal in death. Okay, there's just a random building here. Can I go into it? Uktish townsperson. Oddly, the Uktish don't always appreciate strangers breaking into their homes. They invite you to leave immediately. Alright. Oh, we've seen it. The Bottomless Fen. A bunch of townspeople here. The other clans hunt us. Okay. As you walk through the common room of the inn, there are a lot of icy stares. The Uktish never miss an opportunity to quietly let you know that they don't like you. Then the innkeeper clears her throat, clanks a mug against the cauldron, and says, "Welcome, visitor!" Regular conversation resumes. She says, "We don't get many travelers like you. The unfamiliar for the Uktish is always bad news. I'm Masilda. Tell me about your inn." Chinde is one of the largest towns in the Ukat. A miserable, disgusting sty to your eyes, I'm sure, but it's important to us. Don't mind the other patrons. They're all nervous. It's a difficult time. What sort of visitors does Chinde get? Merchants and warriors and miners and visitors from other clans, even the occasional trader or envoy from the aerial woods or the bull. Far less since Haven left, though. Since Haven left Sacramentum, our nations all sort of retreated into themselves. You expect trouble? Northern clans have always had troubles, but it's been worse. The Ganal are full of rage. They've even attacked Havenites. And the Borgan, they're always greedy. Haven returning has only made everyone jumpy. There's been fighting. What are your services? You have room for the night for 3 coins, a round of drink for 2. I'd like a drink. You drink the Uktish ale. It's bitter, unpleasant stuff. You find a bit of moss floating in it. Masilda notices your distaste. So, heard any interesting news? I've heard that the Ariel is still making mirelings. They're kidnapping young Uktish and forcing elixir into them so they become monsters. That's interesting if true. That's a piece of information I didn't know. It also sounds like the kind of thing that, you know, would be like a boogeyman tale you tell. Scare the young Uktish with the evil Ariel. Also, interesting that the Vol warrior is the only one who didn't get affected by the alcohol. Probably just random. I'll take a room. The room is at the end of the hall. Make sure it's warm and mostly clean. That's all I need. Alright. Sample some nice Uktish hospitality. Here we've got jar. Ooh, with iron. This is the workshop and office combined. Miners come here to register their claims and have their iron checked for quality. Iron is the main strength and wealth of the Ukat, and they take it very seriously. There's one man who is clearly in charge. He's also far more interested in ore deposits than people. He looks you over, confused about why you're here. I am Camlo, Master of Mines. You are no miner. Actually, I was considering trying my hand at mining. um, I wonder, he'd probably just make fun of me. I'm curious what he'd say. Master Camlo is unsure if you are joking. You don't have a pick. Your clothes are all wrong. You have too many weapons. They will weigh you down and get in your way. You should not try to mine without a long period of apprenticeship. You can trust me on this. I am Master of Mines. I make sure the vital business of iron in Brock lands goes smoothly. When needed, I pay bounties. What does a Master of Mines do? I process new claims. I handle complaints about thieves and peat bogs. I sample Lucatish iron that is mined and smelted. I make sure the iron we sell does not hurt our sterling reputation. He chuckles. Sterling reputation. Yes, it's a metallurgy joke. Well done. Claims are an important business. Young, ambitious swamp runners are always looking for new mines and new peat bogs. Much of the Ukadish swamps are still wild. They hope to make a fortune. I need to make sure they can make claims and that they are respected. This keeps miners from murdering each other. Worth the trouble. What's a peat bog? It is a swamp that grows little pebbles of iron as years pass. Unbelievable, yes? The Yukon gets his powers as a gift from our swamps. The iron takes time to grow, and sometimes thieves sneak in to steal it from the land's rightful owners. I look for cases of this and make sure that thieves are properly killed. Tell me about Ukdish iron. It is the finest iron in the known world. There is something in our lands that makes iron with exceptional qualities. Our iron is the cruelest in the world. Is it cruel? It is cruel iron. Ukdish iron is strong, easily worked, and not brittle, yet when it takes an edge, it is a vicious, ragged edge. In weapons, it makes wounds that are horribly painful and heal slowly. Also, wounds that are prone to infection. This iron is what we use against the wretches who invade our swamps. Okay, good to know. I'd like to discuss Ukdish politics. He's not going to want to do that. Oh, you should talk to Bracton Carr. He is in the Brock clan house, southwest corner of town. He knows about clans and all that mess. Tell me more about those bounties you mentioned. The Brock gives me authority to pay bounty hunters in gold and iron. The swamps are dangerous, monsters and raiders. We need to use force to destroy them. He checks his papers. For example, Pagarin's stake. It was lost to brigands. We need to take it back. What is Pagarin's stake? It is a productive iron mine in the north, not far from the ocean, lost to bandits now. We need to retake it. Losing our mines sends a signal of weakness to the Borgin and Ganel. Tell me about those bandits. He checks his notes again. Well armed, organized, persistent. They've driven off 2 efforts to dislodge them so far. Very strange. Strange why? Brigands are usually cowards. They grab and then disappear into the fens. They are holding the territory. It makes us suspect organized enemies. Who? The bandits might be acting for the Ganel or Borgin lands. Both have been encroaching on Brock territory. If you find any evidence of this, it would be helpful to the people who worry about politics. Alright. I think we're done here. Yeah. Alright. Ashen Foundry. I don't have a quest for that yet, but it exists. So let's just go into it and see what happens. Ashen Foundry. This is a foundry of the Ucat, one of many places where the iron that serves as the source of their wealth and strength is forged. You see a messy log house and a ring of slumped walls, all slowly sinking into the mire. On the other side of the wall, you hear noises, not the sounds of industry, more like grunting and snarling mixed with the slopping of heavy feet trudging through the thick mud. The Ashen Foundry is having problems. Mirebore problems? Probably Mirebore problems. Fine iron in service of the Brock. You enter the main hall of the foundry. The large clan that runs this fortress lives in here. The omnipresent mildew and mud of the Ucat are everywhere. Some of them are watching you from the kitchen to the west. They are quiet and afraid. The children peer out at you from behind the legs of their parents. One woman is clearly in charge. She stands at the head of the table, grimly staring at you. Miner with an E, not an O. Okay, I don't see the other kind of miner around. Actually, come to think of it, there haven't been any children in this game at all, right? I guess they just never got a child-sized graphic, probably. Borlwyn. The head of the family is a massive woman, a brick of a new cat, shaped by hauling countless baskets of ore through thick mud. As you approach, she doesn't look at you. She looks down at the cat mud and slime that stain everything. Then she looks up and meets your gaze. Her strong expression doesn't hide her fear. She wants to speak, but her words fail her. Speak up! No. I am Prince Nithin of Haven. Finally she responds. I am honored. I am Borlwyn. of the Brock, head of this family. I did not expect such a guest. I am sorry for the mess. We are not ready for visitors. We have had difficulties. I'm sure you have your problems. She nods, appreciating your politeness. We do. We've had great problems. Yeah, and another thing I just remembered. I have to be polite to them because I actually made it a law that insulting the UCAT is now a punishable offense. I seem to recall setting that at one point earlier. So lead by example and all that, right? Still, it is inexcusable and unavoidable. This is a forge. It shouldn't be clean. It shouldn't be clean. How can I help you, outsider? Tell me about the Brock clan. We are an old and proud clan. We control the Northwest UCAT, as we have for centuries. Our iron is the finest in the UCAT, and our warriors are the bravest. I can't speak for the clan, though. An outsider like you must talk to Brockton Carr. Where are your leaders? We are led by Lady Brock. She is head of the whole Brock family. She speaks through Bracton Carr. I've met Bracton Carr, and I'm sure you recognize how worthy a leader he is. I want to buy some iron. Oh, all right. We want to trade with you. We just can't reach our stores because of the mire boars. Tell me about your difficulties. Our forging pits are full of mire boars. We don't have the strength to drive them out. It has shut our forge down. It is a humiliation. What are mire boars? They're like mirelings, but a lot dumber and a lot bigger. A little dumber and a lot bigger. They're stubborn and mean. Why haven't the Brock helped you with this? The Brock have had problems. We are being attacked by other clans, Gannel to the south and Borgen to the east. Our acting lord helps as much as he can. Where did the mire boars come from? Borlwyn trembles with anger. The Gannel clan holds lands to the west. They drove some mire boars out of their land. They made sure to direct them into our lands. Before we could react, they smashed down our west gate and settled in our forge floor. I am familiar with the Gannel. You tell her about your experience in Gannelspan. It does a lot to warm her to you. Nobody who kills Gannel is totally my enemy. Ah, yes. The killer of my enemy is not entirely 100% my enemy. All right. Well, we have a quest here. So did we just activate a quest for this place? No, but basically we have a quest now. Well, she might not appreciate us solving the problem for her, but I guess she's asking the head Brock family for help anyway, so it is what it is. All right. Oh, my new outfit. Oh, that's appreciated, because it'll make it a lot easier to tell who my priest is when everybody has bows out. Yeah, individually, these aren't that bad. When you get a bunch of them, it could be more of a problem. We didn't get to see anything else. We did stun one of them. Mireboar Hurler. Oh. Not a regular Mireboar. Okay, inflict vulnerability on that one. Because this one's going to go down pretty quick. In fact, probably done, but let's just make sure. Okay, here it comes. So why aren't you moving? Here we go. I can only actually move one. I'm ensnared. Okay, looks like a treasure chest over here of some sort. Good, no longer ensnared. That was a mistake. Nothing here has been remotely challenging so far. Money, 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 stone. Just one Mireboar. In that case, it's just a bunch of clicking without really thinking about what I'm doing. Although I am at full energy on my leader. There's not really any reason to use it. Still not at my +1 energy. Oh, it's a pit, okay. Mirelings. Oh, that's a lot of Mirelings. Okay. I'm a little bit worried about the touched. Not if the touched is just going to throw spears at me, though. I'm almost definitely going to be getting at least 1 energy back from this fight, probably 2. Some characters that are at full energy. And using it, which is just the 1. Alright. Yeah. 2 energy back. Alright, and all that was for treasure chest, healing augment. Of the not so good variety. Money, wood, scroll of calling. Sure. I guess wood is actually kind of useful again. Gonna run out of stuff. Alright, and from here, well, I can go up this way or I can start exploring buildings. Let's just do the outside first. Get it all done. Maybe one more fight. Maybe not. Okay, we've just opened up the shortcut. Wait, so can I go back this way? Thought they might have locked the door to keep the boars out or something. Okay, there's a basement. Anything could be down here. This long natural gallery ends in a large central chamber. There's a cold forge in the middle of the chamber, surrounded by a ring of vicious mireboars. Sneaking up on them is not an option. They are staring right at you. They swing their clubs and paw the stone with their hooves, daring you to advance. You've gotten close enough. The mireboars let out mad bestial roars, then they charge. Alright. We're talking about multiple. Multiple mireboar. Still not going to be too bad. Ah, I got a hurler. It's probably fine. By the time somebody else gets here. There we go, mage is protected. Because these guys are too fat to get back there. Oh, there's one more. No, we took out the range. Ooh. You are... Brawler. Okay, so you're actually going to be a little bit tougher, probably. Or maybe significantly tougher. I don't know if I've probably fought a brawler before. Yeah, block damage. That's what I'm talking about. Got those shields. Also, if they can only come at me one at a time while I'm on here, depending on how clever they are about their placement. Man, this was a lot of mireboars. A lot being relative, because this is still fewer than the mirelings, but these things are bigger and have more health. Ooh. Got a bunch of brawlers here. You hear deep enraged roars. They echo to they echo to you through the tunnel, making the stone vibrate. Massive hooves are thundering down the corridor towards you. Okay, well, presumably those massive hooves are just these guys. Vulnerable to all the status effects, though, which is nice. I'm just hoping these guys can't knock my warriors back. That's when it gets kind of annoying. Could have tried to stun one of the other ones. Although you can't really move. Which is funny. The pathfinding on these things, not the best. Another one. Oh, you're just a regular Maribor. Yeah, never mind. I was going to try to stun you. I no longer think there's any value in doing that. Oh, another hurler. You're actually kind of dangerous. Just heal everybody. Ah. I was hoping that would have been kind of funny. Let's try it again. Okay. Oh, right, you're in melee. Well, so much for keeping our formation. I guess we're just going now. Another hurler back there. Bless again. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, all three of you are going to go on this one. Alright, slow that one down a bit. I was just looking on here because I thought I had stun, but I guess I decided ultimately not to bother. Stun resist. I'd say that was a pretty good trade for me. I lose the construct. They lose Brawler. And hey, now everybody's stunned. Oh, there's another one back there. Just a regular Maribor. Look, a distraction. Worked. You're not throwing rocks at me. I'll take it. Another one. A lot of Mireboars. Someone blows an enormous horn. The echoes double and redouble the sound, making a din that is almost deafening. It is then joined by roars of fury and stampeding hooves rushing towards you. Your mother and Sutter made sure that you were trained to keep calm, even in the most extreme of circumstances. At last, and to your deep shame, you fail to live up to their standard. Fear overwhelms you. Well... only kind of. Fear removed. A radiated Mireboar. Free mind. Actually, we're going to do that again. Have I not been to a camp that Has the ability to refill my potions? Why are all of my potions... Oh. Right. That's why. But the new and improved potions here. You're bleeding, that might be enough. Okay, now we're good. Glashtra. Okay. A named enemy. Oh, you were already vulnerable? Well, now you're more vulnerable. That's not good. I don't think I have a good way of doing this. Oh, I was wrong. Oof. This is quite the fight. Well... Oh, there's a sound effect. Oh. Oh, that was really bad. I'm actually going to lose this. I might actually lose this. Because they're all hasted. I'm hasted too, though. Hmm. Not curable. Ensnared is curable. Okay. Yeah, I need to do something about you. Unfortunately... I just did, of course. I didn't have high hopes of that. Man, I'm just not getting enough actions. It's that radiated Marbor. It's the problem. I'm gonna have to do this whole fight over again just because I wasn't... I felt like I got kind of unlucky with everything stacking on that one guy, but honestly, I could have approached this differently. I already have a pet. Okay, well in that case... Yeah, you basically do no damage. You can stun though, which is annoying. Speaking of which... Good. Almost got it. I think we got this. We're gonna step here. Do that. It's kind of annoying. All the stuns. Another haste. Knockback, if you want to call it that. Well, we're out of energy. So now it's just RNG. RNG to the finish. That was a poor play on my part. Because I was ensnared, I couldn't do my melee attack. Well, if we get some distance between our two characters. Gives me more chances for stuff like this. Because now it's going to take you a while to get to me. If I'd had my bow up, I wouldn't have been... Ah, it was close. Delia's voice drifts out of the portal. Nithin, I have heard the good news. You restored another of our lost forts. You are showing so much promise. I'm so proud. Do you have some advice for me? No, not today. I need to stop advising you unless you ask. You have earned that much trust. Well, I just asked. But do you need advice? Are you worried? I should ask you what you were thinking. There's still more to do. Of course. However, you can delegate it. You don't have to do everything yourself forever. Once all the states of Sacramentum are our vassals again, it is your responsibility to come home and trust our soldiers and officials to run things there. Soon you must decide what you will do when you come home. I have no idea what to do. You'll have some time to think when you return. It'll be a pleasure having you home. You just can't think forever. Your childhood is over. I promise Wait, I must go. Mother. She is gone. Okay. 10% was unlucky. We got a bunch. A bunch of stuff there. Okay, so unfortunately I am going to have to redo probably that entire dungeon. So I had a few things go wrong at the end there. And I imagine that entire fight's going to respawn, which is going to be kind of long and annoying. Because the combat's not that interesting in this game. But there are some things we can do. Quickly, I should be calling it, but I want to get... calling it for the day, but I don't have a smithy here yet. Let's build that. And I don't think I have a barracks here yet. Oh, this port doesn't have one. It actually says in the tooltip. Nice. So we're going to build both of these. I want to buy something. Just kind of checking out my options. Iron Broadblade, 39 to 59 as opposed to 30 to 50, but magical. Still not convinced. Armor. Drakeskin was the best jacket, and we just upgraded this recently, so I'm probably not going to upgrade again until we can go straight to Haven Plate. Helmet. Haven Bassinet. Yep. And this is what I was saying about it being a mistake to get the other helmets when I did, because now I can just get these and upgrade them all. And since I'm going to be redoing, in the next part, I'm going to be redoing that dungeon, I guess I'll just get all this stuff dealt with now so that I don't have to worry about it anymore. But this is... oh, Radiant Helm. This is so much more armor, though. Yeah, Radiant Helm is gone. Stall augments. That doesn't even have any. Sell something. Armor, speed. More speed or more armor? Maybe we'll just go more armor. I don't have anything on you. Blessing, healing, healing. Oh. Okay, mistakes were made, I guess. Get rid of the skeleton and get rid of the rank and restoring rain. There we go. I want to make augments because I need... maybe we'll go with stun resist actually, because that's really annoying. Anything that can increase our odds there is probably good. And then we're probably just going to do the same thing on the other helmet. Physical armor, speed bonus. Physical armor, speed bonus, stun resist. You are done, and you can get that upgraded later. Kinda wish this was a little bit less cumbersome as far as dealing with all this stuff, but there we go. Probably never going to change our helmets for the rest of the game, except for our mage, who's using a different type of helmet for some reason. Well, I mean, for one thing, she doesn't have the combat skills to use the regular helmets. Alright. Apothecary. So Smithy, Apothecary, 8 buildings in total. 8 in total. 8 in total. I believe that means it's completely done. Yes, because I think 8 is actually maxed out. Okay. Yeah, so we're short on iron for building. Fort has an apothecary because it's the only thing that doesn't cost iron. We've got a carpenter. Which is just wood upkeep. I'm gonna check my income. That's getting pretty tight. Alright, we'll get a carpenter. We're basically out of wood. In fact, once we do this, we are out of wood. Alright. Spear bows. Using ash longbows. We can go to composite now, which would be +2 damage, which isn't bad, but I'll hold off. Shields. Wood shield. I guess we'll probably wait until we can get all of those too. I mean, we could go steel buckler, which would be an improvement. Gets rid of the speed penalty and its higher defense, and it has an extra augment slot. Alright. Bull shield. No, steel buckler's better. Wand. Wand of bone. I could buy my own to get +1 damage, basically. Nope, we'll pass. Caves, don't really care. I'd like to sell something. 19. We're selling both of these. I know this has an augment in it. I'm just assuming I'm not going to use it. There we go, alchemist. Make augments. 2 slots. Well, we're gonna go steel and speed. And all of these. Steel, speed, and for you, speed and healing. Alright, and there we go. We should be significantly sturdier than we were last time. Whoops. And with that, we're going to call it a day. We'll finish off the Ashen Foundry next time, and hopefully be more productive. I will see you then.